oh my gosh, where has this color been all my life? Wait. What is up, guys? Welcome back. As you can see in the title, today we are going to be playing with new stuff from Salt, New York. My good friend Kackie, my hero, my love, has come out with new shades for summer, which I have, and then also these really cool color adjusters for both of the formulas. So there is the Lip and Cheek formula, and then there's the Cream Tint Pro formula. Today I'm gonna be playing only with the Lip and Cheek formula mixers because they pretty much do the same thing. I highly recommend, if you're like really interested in getting in depth on this stuff, go and watch her video on it. It goes like Virgo to the max. It's awesome. It is so informative. I'm just gonna be kind of like playing and experimenting today, but this really goes straight to my color theory nerd soul. I love it so much. And I learned so much from watching her videos too, because I learned color theory as it pertains to painting, as it pertains to hair color. You know, still the makeup complexion stuff eludes me sometimes. And so I just have so much more, you know, to absorb from her. So we're gonna be playing with those a little bit, but also these two right here are the brand new actual Lip and Cheek shades. So this right here is Terracotta and this is Flora. And they are great. It's about to get really cute in here, okay? I'm looking a little bit like a speckled potato at the moment. A cute speckled potato. You know, I don't mind not wearing makeup, but like, these are going to make me look very, very cute. That is a promise. So I'm gonna move y'all in and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hello, my dudes. So I'm not even going to bother with like a true pigment foundation today because I want to be able to see the color of everything in its true glory. I just have sunscreen on and a little bit of the SOS spray from Tower 28, and I'm putting on some of the Auric Glow Lust and Selenite to give me a nice glow, a little bit of camouflage blurring for my complexion, and a little bit of slip on my skin. Okay, so we're gonna get into the weeds of like mixing colors and stuff in a little bit, but I wanted to start by showing you guys the two new ones. So this is Flora and Terracotta. When I first saw these, they threw me a little bit because I was like, those are, well, the Flora is a little bit extreme. I knew I could make it work, you know, mixing it with things, but Terracotta typically is like, even in name, a shade that's gonna be too orange for me. And so with no judgment really whatsoever, I just expected that Terracotta was going to be something that was like not really for me. I was incorrect, guys. So let me show you, let me show you. Actually, I think that when it goes on my skin, it is kind of the color of my freckles plus a little undertone of like sun-kissed. So it gives me a believable bronze shade on my skin and no unnatural oranginess. And Kackie created the mixers to be able to deepen and lighten or, you know, adjust any of these. So, you know, if it is too light or too dark or too orange or whatever for you, like that's the beauty of it. And I just appreciate the courage of her Virgo-ness to really like have that idea and just see it through to not just completion, but also perfection in terms of like, you know, fine tuning the mixing shades really beautifully so that, you know, they do exactly what they're supposed to do. And she also does a really good job in the video of like explaining the nature of particular tones. There's something that, you know, I definitely noticed when I did hair. We would mix, I don't know what you call it, like just unnatural colors like purple and pink and stuff like that. And there are pigments that have different personalities in terms of their staying power and how they behave when you mix them with other things. And it kind of stayed true to what she was talking about. So for example, if we wanted to dye someone's hair pink, pink would fade really fast. This was back in the day when we weren't doing pastels yet. This was like, you know, 10, 12 years ago, something like that. People wanted really, really vibrant colors. And if you wanted a really vibrant pink, it wouldn't really stick around if you just used pink. So you had to like take, I mean, the tiniest dot of purple, just scrape it in the bottom of the bowl, and then add pink to it. And it would anchor that pink in a way that would last longer in the hair. The purple was almost undetectable, but it added just a little bit of blue because that blue pigment is so strong. And that is exactly what she was talking about in like mixing blue with other pigments on your cheeks. When I first got these in my hands, I don't know why, I just thought, oh, okay, I can just layer these. That was not how it worked with the blue. I started putting blue on my cheeks and it was blue. It wasn't like cooling something off, a nuanced shade of lilac. It was blue. And so bear that in mind with these mixers. Like, these are primary paint colors as it pertains to complexion shades. So, you know, blue is blue. And all of that jibber jabbering just now, I completely like glazed over the fact that this color is amazing. It makes me look like I've been out in the desert sun in just the most beautiful way. Maybe it's a little bit bronze, you know, for a finished look. You know, it's not necessarily like a one and done color, because you can see if I'm trying to balance it out and make it look natural with my lips, you want just a little bit of something pink, don't you? Just a little bit, maybe Flora. I do, and this is really funny. If it were me and it wasn't like my actual definition was tied to the color and I was just being like a stylistic person, if one was called Flora, I would have called the other one Fauna. Okay, that's just me though. So anyway, Flora is so bright pink, but the pigmentation is so easy to work with that, you know, I use that as a nice little pop of local color right here. And we have this mixed together pigment beautifulness. What? And I don't have any concealer on or anything yet, you know? It's just the pigments. Isn't that wonderful? I like that so very much. And I mean, I am tapping that so lightly. In Flora, it is so bright. So like, let's start with Flora as our mixer and see where we can get with it. You know, this is not something that I have done yet. So I'm going to take my little palette knife, and she did say you can, you know, obviously use a palette, but I'm just gonna use the back of my hand. And I'm going to make it a little bit lighter to start with. So white. Boop. Oh, okay. So you still have the richness, but now it's become like straight bubblegum. How fun is that? So that's just like a really true opaque pink, you know, that's going to have the white backing to it that I'm always talking about. That white backing, when it is incorporated in pigments, a lot of times means that it won't work as well as skin tones get deeper and deeper, because it will start to look milky, ashy, and the white pigment in the formula is going to contrast against dark skin. Oh, and I also loved that Kackie went back and referred to, in the most recent video, referred to her video talking about like being a makeup artist and only being able to work on certain skin tones, and that if you can't work on black skin, then your repertoire is incomplete. And also the absurdity of talking about certain colors being difficult to formulate because they're literally just colors. Because like that was something that dawned on me as I was like falling asleep one night, I don't know, like a year ago or something. I was just like, wait a second, you can make a brown eyeshadow. You can make a black lipstick. How are you gonna tell me it's hard to make a brown foundation? Like, and that excuse is just so pervasive. There's like, pigment's hard. Like, you guys are so different and like hard, and like, oh my gosh, like this skin tone is so weird. It's like, no, it's not. It's just, it's a color just like every other color. Like, can we stop acting like it's weird? I loved that she recapped on that. She did a better job of saying it. So that is our bubblegum pink. I want to start by cooling that off. So I'm gonna go into blue, and that is the amount of blue that I'm going with. And it's gonna hopefully give me something kind of yummy and a little bit fuchsia. I know that if I pull a little bit of yellow, it's going to work against the sort of blue purple in there, and it's gonna kind of muddy it, and that's what I want. You know, the more colors, she says, the more colors you mix together that are disparate, the muddier it's gonna get, but like, muddy's not necessarily a bad thing. So I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow, And these are all like really lovely and translucent. So it's like you're almost mixing the color with the colors, if that makes sense. Like you're making kind of a translucent version of that color. And then I think I'm gonna mix this on something and then show it to you on my hand because my hand is soaking it up. And then you're using the black and the white to add depth or lack thereof, basically. And now we have what, you know, is almost just like a really beautifully nuanced, like, you know, true rose color, but I want to take it and make it just a little bit bluer and a little bit more opaque. So I'm adding just a little bit of white and a little bit more blue, and I want it to be kind of like an opaque lavender mauvey color. And that's my jam. And we end up with this very like opaque lavender lilac color, which is different from her lilac because her lilac is translucent, like I said. So it's like maybe I could have gotten there faster if I just mixed lilac with white. Ooh, see, okay, I could nerd out about this all day. So this is her lilac. Hello. That's her lilac mixed with white. And this is, we will call lilac-y Kackie. And that is the combo that I started with. So I want to see what it looks like. It's my favorite color. I'm putting it on my face. I might have done a little too much, and that's okay. I went a little ham, you know, I did that. And that's okay because I don't have any complexion product on, so I can just wipe this off and blend with a clean brush. This is the beauty though of having these things to experiment with. Like, I want to see a trending topic where people literally make, like, she should sell empty pans. Sell empty pans so that people can melt down and make their own Salt New York pigments. I don't know. Is that jumping the shark? Is that like just getting ridiculous? I don't know, but like that is my dream right there. And now I don't know what to do with this. It's not like it's gonna go bad. I'm gonna mix those two together. Oh man. It's so funny because like color mixing was always my least favorite thing in college because it's so like tedious and I would never mix the right amount of a color. I would never mix enough of it. I'm just gonna put that on the mirror. Highly recommend doing this in a less messy format. But like for the record, that's what I'm talking about when I say like I want to see a lilac shade from like Melt Cosmetics. Like add a little, oh, let's make it shimmery. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We can make shimmery blushes. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Oh my gosh, where has this color been all my life? Wait. I mixed that shade that was now Flora, white, a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, and lilac. I mixed it with Spice from the fall collection and a little bit of the beige highlighter. Oh my god. It's shimmery and it's beautiful. Wow. Oh my god, it's so pretty. We're just gonna do a little wipe off here. Or wipe off action, and I'm just gonna put that on my face. Ah! Am I losing my mind or am I finding my mind? That is a beautiful color. Yeah, I can see how, like what she was talking about, she's like, this is my favorite part of owning salt, but it's also the part where I have the hardest time picking a favorite because every time you add like a teeny tiny bit of a color to something, you're like, no, that's my favorite, you know? And like they all become your favorite. That was too much. Now, also bear in mind, guys, it's almost like we're backwards blushing here because I, you know, haven't put any complexion product on, so I'm going to now go in with like concealer, maybe even some foundation and stuff to make sense of this mess. And somehow we pulled it together. The main thing for me is just I have to kind of use a little bit of powder when my face is just all iridescent like that, the way that it started out with the Auric, because it's not about the temperature or the pigmentation of the product. It's about the finish and the way that it reflects light. And I need to absorb light a little bit. And so that is what I just did by adding some bronzer. So you know, I could have used a bronzer from Salt New York, but it still would have reflected light differently. And the Patrick Ta is a powder, and a beautiful powder at that. So I'm gonna move y'all out, and I'm gonna go on the website and just see pricing and stuff. But I know that I have a 30% off of bundles code down below. I always have it underneath all of my videos, but I think she's running a special on the pans for like refill purposes right now. You know, if you're looking to restock and not buy a palette, I need more palettes because I have more tints than I have room for right now. I told y'all it was gonna get cute up in here. She's a sun-kissed goddess. Okay, so the artist adjusters are $16 a piece. Aha, and use code STOCKUP to buy 2 get 1 free on all tints and adjusters, which is 3 for 2 essentially. It means that makes them $10.66 a piece if you get 3, which is cool. That is great. That's a really, really good deal. And then pre-order gets you 50% off of the palettes. That is awesome. I'm gonna order 2 new palettes. I'm gonna get a big one and a little one, I think. So, final thoughts on this, as not just as it pertains to the quality of the product, because you guys know not only is Kackie my friend, but also Kackie is my like original, before I knew her, is like the inspiration for the way that I changed doing my makeup. So like, I'm always gonna be biased in that direction because she taught me that I don't need to make my makeup, you know, 18 layers of bulletproof, that I could just kind of selectively this, selectively that. It could be all cream and look really like lovely and luscious and natural, and that there were, at the end of the day, no rules outside of what I just like to look like. And she creates tools to make that possible. So, you know, like I said, very biased, but also extremely appreciative of her artistry and the fact that she created a makeup line that does that for me. Literally only for me. She created it only for me. It's Salt New York by Kackie for Kackie. Jokes. I have jokes. But anyway, all of those caveats aside, as far as the use cases, are you a color theory nerd? And or do you see a shade in her collection where you know that you're going to want to adjust it here and there for different purposes, whether it be your tan, whether you want a cool or warm look or something like that? Those are the kinds of things that you want to think about when it comes to the color adjusters, because if that's really tedious and it totally overwhelms you and you feel like you're in over your head, there are lots and lots of shades already that are going to make your life easy just by, you know, trying those. And I think that Terracotta and Flora are my favorite special edition yet, just because they combine so beautifully and they are so like dialed in for like undertone. That Terracotta is, I wouldn't call it neutral, but it's red instead of being orange. And the Flora shade is like the most saturated, satisfying pink that, you know, sure, I can make it work on me, but the deeper your skin tone gets, that is going to look so incredible. So, I am so glad that I have all of them because I am a color theory nerd, and you guys just watched me get like giddy about mixing these things together. Anyway, I feel like a sun-kissed goddess. Thank you, Kackie, for sending me these. Thank you, Kackie, for creating these. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.